It's Australia Day 2019 and here I am in Parramatta Park. It's around about 6 o'clock in the morning, just after, and it's time for hot air balloons. And I'm just wondering how many of these balloonists happen to be born again, razzmatazz, fundamentalist Christians. Because this is the only way they're ever likely to be raptured into the sky. See, this idea of end times and Armageddon and the Rapture and all that razzmatazz, it'd be quite laughable, a joke, were it not for the fact that, according to the Time magazine and the Pew Research Center, something like 42% of the adult population of the United States of America believes it, and is actually looking forward to global nuclear obliteration, because in their warped minds they believe they're going to be raptured into the sky, as I've just described. Raptured up to the sky, into the sky, to meet Jesus just as he's plummeting down. And they'll meet him mid-sky. And boy, are they looking forward to it. They can't wait. You want to hear someone like Pastor John Hagee raving on about it. Joy, oh joy. Very soon there'll be global nuclear obliteration. All us evildoers will be roasted to a cinder, but not his gang. They'll be floating into the sky.
How many of you listening very closely? Those of you watching television, listen to what I'm saying. The point is, the battle between Russia and her Arab allies against Israel is beginning to take shape right in front of our eyes. And the rapture of the church happens before this war ever starts. And this war could start at any month now.
In the beginning was the Word, and in the end, for many here, there is only the Word.
You feel that the Bible says no matter what, even if we got to a nuclear confrontation, we must stand by Israel.
And I believe God will take care of us one way or the other. It may be, we may even be martyred for His sake. But I believe that He has a way of taking care of His own.
And here's the kicker. We have no idea how many of those idiots, the 42%, born again razzmatazz Christians, we have no idea how many of them crew and even command nuclear submarines or fly nuclear bombers or sit in pairs down missile silos, little fresh-faced Baptist boys just awaiting the time when their anointed missiles are handed over to their control. We have no idea how many of them program Pentagon computers and NORAD computers, or whatever it's called these days. We have no idea about any of that. We just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Well, I don't think we even do that. I don't think people are in the least bit concerned. And actually, I noticed on the news last night that what do they call it? The doomsday clock has been set at 2 minutes to midnight, which is closer than it's been for a very long time. So the one thing that the born-again Christians might have right is the fact that we are very, very close to nuclear war. But no one cares. It's sort of like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. No big deal. More concerned with what's on telly tonight, or any new apps on our little twiddle boxes. Amazing.
Risks posed by the possibility of nuclear war and the effects of climate change have led to the symbolic doomsday clock to be frozen at the closest it has been to midnight. Created by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists in 1947, the clock intends to warn of impending disasters. The group has acknowledged improvements in US-North Korean relations and also criticised increased carbon emissions from some nations and continued diplomatic schisms across the world.
The business of everyday politics blinds people to the risk. We're playing Russian roulette with humanity, and the danger and the probability is mounting that there will be some kind of nuclear incident that will kill millions, if not initiating exchanges that will kill billions. Given that threat, why aren't people more concerned? Because they're not. People feel very comfortable in high places at living at the brink of total Armageddon.
But no one cares. It's sort of like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. No big deal. More concerned with what's on telly tonight, or any new apps on our little twiddle boxes. Amazing. Looks like that's going to be the first one to let go anchor and zoom off into the wild blue yonder. I should put on a Jeff Lynne record, shouldn't I? Mr. Blue Sky. Ah, the only problem with that is, of course, YouTube would block the video. So we just have to put up with my boring voice. Just droning on and on and on and on. I've just noticed that people are jumping into the baskets, going a few meters into the sky, and then coming down again. So I've got a feeling that they're not going to zoom skywards today. I think it's just, the idea is just to take people on a short trip up and down, 5 minutes, and then that's it for the day. The Circular Keys, spelled K-E-Y-S. Clever. We'll sing for you. Circularkeys.org. Invite them to your birthday.